There's a name I say in silence, and the air begins to hum with memory. It's not loud, not even a whisper, but it lives in the spaces between my breaths. That name, once a stranger's, now echoes like a vow beneath my ribs. The moment I first heard it, the world tilted slightly, just enough to realign the stars. I didn't know it yet, but something ancient woke inside me. The name felt like fire dipped in honey, burning gently, sweetly. And now, every time it dances on my tongue, the walls I built begin to melt. I've walked through crowds, heard 1,000 voices, but none moved me like yours. Yours was the sound that made the earth pause, the kind of sound that teaches silence how to listen. It wasn't the syllables that mattered, but the soul that lived behind them. One name, one flame, and somehow that's all it took to set my world ablaze in the most beautiful way. I carry your name in the folds of my voice like a candle sheltered from the wind. I say it only when the stars are listening, only when my heart is soft enough to feel every letter blooming again. It's more than a name. It's the rhythm of my memories, the scent of a forgotten season, the lullaby I hum when sleep won't come. I never knew a name could hold so much, that it could cradle my longing, wrap around my ribs like an embrace, and still leave me aching for more. I never chose to fall into you. It was gravity disguised as grace, and from that moment, the flame lit within me never dimmed. Even in the coldest hours, your name has been my fire. I could write 1,000 poems, and each would begin with the syllables that made me believe in forever. Even now, I close my eyes and feel your name glowing behind them, like a lighthouse guiding me home from every storm. It wasn't love at first sight, it was love at first soul. Something unseen, a tether drawn tight between us before we even knew we were destined. You didn't arrive with a fanfare, no thunder or lightning, just a quiet calm, the kind that shifts the tide. I didn't fall, I remembered, as if my heart had always known yours, and your name was the only key that could unlock my hidden ache. And once spoken, there was no returning to the silence that lived before you. You stirred something reckless in me, something tender and brave, and though the world moved on around us, I stood still watching you, memorizing the way your shadow moved like poetry. Your voice wrapped around my heart like a ribbon, your smile a match striking light in places I thought were long gone dark. I've wandered far from many beginnings, but with you it wasn't a start, it was a return to one name, one flame, and a love that never asked for directions. Time passes differently when your name is near. Seconds stretch into moments, and moments bloom into forever. I've watched sunsets trace your outline in the sky, and in each twilight hue I see the brushstroke of your soul. You are in the hush before dawn, in the pause between two heartbeats, in the sigh that slips from my lips when I think I've forgotten but never do. Your name doesn't echo, it lingers. It wraps around me like silk, soft and impossible to untangle. Sometimes I catch it in the wind, drifting beside my thoughts, as if even the world conspires to remind me of you. The flame you left in my chest is no longer wild, it is steady, sacred. The kind of flame that lights every room inside me without burning anything down. That's what you gave me. A love so intense it softened everything else, and still I whisper that name like a prayer, like a promise, like a song only I was meant to sing. I've seen the moon pull oceans, and now I know how your name pulls me. I move without realizing it, a tide caught in your gravity, and I don't resist. I surrender to it, because resistance is futile when your heart has already chosen its keeper. Yours is the only voice that can still my storms, the only touch I crave in the quiet aftermath of joy or sorrow. I write your name in invisible ink across every poem I pen, every breath I take. Even in crowded rooms, your absence is the loudest presence. I smile at strangers and wonder if they've ever carried a name the way I carry yours, like a heartbeat too fragile to share, too sacred to lose. And when the world weighs heavy on me, I return to the sound of you, one name, one flame, still burning, still whole, still mine in ways no one else could ever claim. You are not just a person, you are my direction, my compass, my home, written in firelight. You once asked what I saw in you. I saw the spark, the unspoken longing behind your eyes, the way your laugh curved into something unbroken. I saw how you listened, not just to words but to silence. How you touched my soul, without ever reaching for my hand. Your name became the language I didn't know I was fluent in, a dialect of emotion so pure I wept in its syllables. You were never just a chapter in my story, you were the ink. Every word I write, every dream I chase, somehow circles back to you. I've loved you in ways I don't even understand myself. Not with fireworks and declarations, but with stillness and truth. A kind of love that doesn't need to be seen to be felt. And so I carry your name like a secret stitched into my spine, holding me upright, keeping me whole. One name, one flame, and still it burns, undimmed by time, untouched by distance, fearless in its quiet brilliance. Sometimes I wonder if you still feel it, that flicker beneath your ribs when the world quiets, the whisper of my name folded into your breath, because I still feel you everywhere, in the rain tapping softly on the windowsill, in the song that plays when I least expect it, in the mirror when I see that part of me that only came alive with you. You are a haunting that soothes, a ghost I never want to banish. You've become a part of my rhythm, a beat in my chest that sings only for you. Even in dreams, your name finds me, not as a reminder of what was, but as a promise of what always is. I don't need to see your face to know you're with me. I just need to say your name, and the flame dances again. It is eternal, this fire, kindled by truth, fed by time, and guarded by every breath I take. One name, one flame, that's all it ever took. I have lived lifetimes in the space between us, 1,000 stories spun from a single glance, 1,000,000 sunsets wrapped in the echo of your name. And though we walk different roads, your path is carved into mine. You are the detour I never want to avoid, the beautiful wrong turn that led me exactly where I was meant to be. Some days I speak your name aloud just to hear the way it softens my edges. It still fits in my mouth like a secret, like something forbidden but sacred. And when people ask what love feels like, I tell them, it feels like remembering a name you never meant to forget. It feels like a flame that refuses to fade. It feels like you. You are the pulse beneath my poetry, the muse behind every line. I don't need a grand finale. I only need the fire to keep burning. One name, one flame, and the unshakable truth that love, once lit, never truly dies. Even if we never share another morning, I will rise with your name on my breath. Even if your hands never touch mine again, the memory of your warmth will cradle my bones. I don't measure our love by time spent or promises made. I measure it by the way I never had to question it. Not once. Your name is the answer to a question my soul has asked since birth. I didn't find you. You were revealed to me, like the sunrise, inevitable and blindingly beautiful. And I carry that light, even on the darkest days. I have made peace with the ache. I've welcomed it like an old friend, because it means I once held something extraordinary. So if all I have is this flame and your name, I will still count myself among the lucky. Not everyone gets to love like this. Fiercely, quietly, forever. One name, one flame, and the endless echo of a heart that chose you once, always, and without regret.